Thank you for that. Another incredible performance.
Thank you.
So tell me, how did you get into Halo Land?
Well, first of all, have we acknowledged this orchestra enough? They've been at it for 13 hours. Come on, just once, just please. 13 hours. I mean, thank you. Sorry. I've been here since 1, and they were here since 9. I was just like, that's a lot of notes. Eight, excuse me, 8. Oh, let's clap again. I'm sorry. The answer to your question is I interviewed in March of 2021. We were coming into the second year of the pandemic, and I watched the pilot episode, some of which you saw on the screen, and they said, well, what did you think? And I said, well, I thought it made 24 look like masterpiece theater, comparatively speaking, when I worked on the TV show. But the thing that struck me about the story, and it was just interesting, the timing, was that, this is about a guy, this is the soldier who is discovering who he is. He's awakening to who he is. And I said to them in the meeting, I said, as great as the action is and expansive as the universe is, and it's so extraordinary, I said, asking what we're all about and what am I doing, and does it matter? I think those were questions we were asking ourselves a lot the last couple of years. So I said, I think the story is really around are the characters, and the action and the technology is wonderful, but the heart of it, I think, was really speaking to me at that particular moment in time, and it helped me get the job.
So did you start with the Master Chief? Is that where you began?
We started with the theme, yeah, and we wanted to honor this show doesn't exist without the game platform, so as you hear some of the themes from the game in there, and we wanted to really properly handshake and respect that masterful body of work. And anyway, the Master Chief theme, was born from that, and it really was born on one person's description of him saying that he was reaching for something. He was reaching, and I latched onto that word reaching, which, and then the main title ended up being the guy reaching for something. So I caught a break there, and yeah, that's how we got it going.
How did you go about connecting that computer game world with the television world?
Yeah, well, I finished show 9 about 72 hours ago, and that's why it's so nice to be here. What had happened was when you're playing a game, and I'm not a hardcore gamer. I'm more of the 80s arcade Tempest, guys, right? Let's hear it. But I have watched my nephews, and I had to admit to them I didn't play Halo very much, but it's so immersive. There's such an immersive quality to the music because the player is controlling sort of the narrative and the speed of the narrative. And so I wanted the score for a show where you're watching it to be a little bit more immersive, as immersive as you could. And you had to honor the style of the game is 21 years old. So you had to honor that that quality and the tones and the color, and yet score it and be fresh and new, and and honor it and be different.
Yeah, and there's about 40 minutes of score in each episode. Is that right? That seems like a challenge.
Yeah, and one of the episodes is only 32 minutes, so it's so go figure that one out. But it is true. Episode 5. It's funny. Episode 5 is only like 34 minutes, and I got COVID right when I got it, and I was off for 11 days, and that was a little. That was unpleasant because the days were ticking by and you just couldn't do anything but get better. You just had to get better. So, but yeah, it's the finale's a 50-minute score, and I hope you'll watch it. So
yeah. Talk about that expansive nature, because it's not just Master Chief. There's plenty of other characters. Yeah. Do you sort of go through the characters? Do you go through the world to figure out what suits what?
Well, listen, to the credit of Microsoft and Amblin, as a matter of fact, I will share something. When I submitted the first score, there was a lot of opinion about it being, we want it more techno, we don't want a lot of melody, and blah, blah. And Amblin wrote back, a 40-minute score, and they wrote back one sentence review. They said, where are the themes? And I was like, oh, yes, I agree with you. And so we had themes for Kwan, and Microsoft 343, we really worked on the themes ahead of my starting on the show. And so, and then they got richer as they go. The themes change over the course of the episode. So we could talk about it forever, but the concert's going on very long. Yeah, so.
Sean Callery, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.